Hello and welcome to Talking on the Couch, our weekly podcast, where this week we're going to talk about St. Patrick's Day, since as the time of recording is St. Patrick's Day. We should have done it last week,
Yep.
Sporka, but we completely forgot, which is okay for me.
Completely
You're
forgot,
Irish, so
which
you're
is
a disgrace right now.
not
You,
really acceptable at all.
you're a disgrace to yourself, to your
Yeah,
country, to your mom. Just you've been
yeah.
disowned. You
We all
like
sat around, had a talk about it, all the Irish, and I apologised, and they're okay with it.
You
It's
you had
cool.
a couple of pints and then just
Yeah,
skipped
yeah.
away into the sunset.
Yep.
Right, remember to check out our other channels. So we got the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitch, the Twitter. You can join us on Discord, which is discord.gg/TGS39DNUB3. You can look at our YouTube. You can look at our Blue Sky. Have I said TikTok? I don't think I've said TikTok.
Yeah.
You can look at us on there.
TikTok,
Or you can
Twitch.
watch Twitch. Yeah, we've got the Twitch. Or you can watch this podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. You can listen to it on there as well, and you can listen to it on the YouTube, whichever podcasting app you like to use, as long as it's part of
Whatever
that list.
floats your boat.
Well, yeah, generally water, sometimes custard. Remember,
Yep.
you can also donate to us at streamlabs.com/pressback to continue 3/tip. I don't know why there's a 3 in there. Is the E next to the 3? I must have hit both keys at the same time when typing it.
And talking which?
You know the donate link, which is streamlabs.com/pressback to continue 3/tip.
Yeah.
Well, the end of continue is an E, and the 3 is directly above it, so my fat fingers must have hit the 3 at the same time, which is why there's a 3 on there.
Oh, is there not supposed to be a 3 on it?
No, it was supposed to be
Okay.
just press back to continue and ended up with a 3.
Well, disregard that Streamlabs link, everybody.
No. That's the correct link. I've copied and pasted it. It's press back to continue 3. That is the
Yeah.
official link.
Yeah.
So I don't know why there's a 3 on there. Like I said, I think my fat ass thumbs, fat ass fingers have typed it in by
It doesn't have a
mistake.
3 on mine. It just has streamlabs.com/press back to continue 3.
Yeah, so it does have a 3 then.
Yeah. Is it not supposed to?
No, I was just being you dozy bastard. Right, come on.
I don't understand, Loanz. I don't understand.
On a keyboard, the E is directly below the 3. So when typing it, I must have typed in press back to continue. When I've hit the E, I must have caught the 3 above it.
But I thought you copied and pasted it.
I did. I mean, when I typed it on Streamlabs when I first set it up.
Okay. Oh, so all right, I get you now. Yeah. Cool.
Jesus Christ. Right, we're going to do St. Patrick's Day. So this week we're not going to have tech news. So if you stick around to the end waiting for tech news, you're in for a disappointment. We don't have any because we're recording this so close to last week's episode that there wouldn't have been that much of a change. But it does mean you might get a little bit more next week. We don't know.
Yay!
So this week we're going to do some funny stories. We're going to do some jokes about St. Patrick's Day, Sporka's most racially insensitive
Irish jokes, St. Patrick's jokes. Yeah. Why can you never borrow money from a leprechaun?
No, we're not doing the jokes yet.
Ah.
And it's because he's a little short.
He's always a little short.
Yeah, so we're going to do funny jokes. In fact, let's start it with the funny jokes, and then we'll do the funny stories. Yeah. Oh, no,
okay.
You're going to start us off, Sporka. You're going to tell us what St. Patrick's Day is.
Oh, yes. So
you know how he launched a load of snakes into the sea? Well, that kind of shite.
No, he didn't. He lured them in like the Pied Piper.
Ah, yeah. Well, you tell our lovely audience what St. Patrick's Day is.
So the legend of St. Patrick is that he came to Ireland and he got rid of all of the snakes. He whistled at them or snake charmed them or some such and just got rid of them. So we have no snakes in Ireland. You will be all happy to know. Well, originally he was the person responsible for bringing Christianity to Ireland. It's
kind of a double-headed.
It's the reality.
Really,
it's just yeah.
Did you
like
have
a double-headed snake? Ooh. With snakes? Oh yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. Couldn't move for the bastards.
Cobras, vipers, all over the place.
Asps.
We have snakes over
Incredibly
here.
difficult word to say in plural.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So why did you celebrate it then?
We celebrate the day because he was the person who introduced Christianity, and he wore green. So we reckon, well, green's our sort of color. So we said, let's have a little parade for him.
So what's that got to do with snakes?
That's just a thing that happened. That's what he done.
Yeah, but
I think the snakes is like an analogy for like he got rid of all the sin from the country.
Oh, it could
because
be
he
like a
introduced
metaphor.
Christianity. Yeah, like a metaphor. Not like a metaphor, it is a fucking metaphor. If it was like a metaphor, then it would be something different.
That implies there was actually snakes in Ireland.
He used the
There
snakes
wasn't.
as a metaphor.
Samuel L. Jackson put them on a plane and flew them to Ireland. That's what it was. No.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm tired of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Seems in this Mother to Friday country of Ireland. Because we do have an educational twist for those wondering, the reason Ireland has no snakes is because it's completely landlocked, or sea locked, or whatever it's called.
Sea locked.
So basically, no snakes can get there. They've never managed to originate to Ireland.
Yeah.
So that
I'm sure there is snakes in
there'd be some in
terrariums
captivity.
where and there's probably some loose ones at this point where people have just don't want this snake anymore and just let them go. Like
just launched them, or the snake's eaten the owner and then just slivered off.
Yeah,
that can happen. Like Bat, she's got eaten by her snake.
She did.
There wasn't
half
a
for at
little
least.
a little snack for her. There was snatch. Anyway, right. So yeah, that's the story of St. Patrick's Day. The man that came to Ireland as a foreigner and got rid of all the snakes, which was a metaphor for the sins in Ireland, and introduced Christianity.
Thanks, St. Pat. Yeah.
Would you like, and what were you going to say there?
I just said thanks.
Okay.
Because he got rid of the snakes, it's pretty damn decent of him.
Would you like to start us off then with your first joke?
Okay. Can it be the leprechaun one again?
Say that again?
Can it be the leprechaun one again?
If you really want to.
No. Okay, so this one. Okay, Billy stops Paddy in Dublin and asks for the quickest way to Cork. Paddy says, "Are you on foot or in the car?" Billy replies, "In the car." So Paddy says, "Well, that's the quickest way."
I read that one as well, actually, when I was looking up something.
Yeah.
It is right. It is the quickest way in a car.
It is, yeah.
Don't
think that's what he necessarily meant, but
Yeah. Why did the leprechaun go out to his back garden?
Oh, you don't know, Lance? Why did the leprechaun go out to his back garden?
So he could relax on his patio.
Instead
of patio. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Yawn.
Yeah. Okay. This is a long one. Okay. An Englishman, a Scotsman, and an Irishman walk into a pub in Belfast. Each man orders a pint of Guinness. All the pints of Guinness arrive at the table, and the men notice that there's a fly floating around in each one. The Englishman gags and leaves the pub. The Scotsman reaches in, picks out the fly, and throws it away. The Irishman reaches in and picks out the fly out, holds it up close to his face, and shouts, "You spit that out, you thieving bastard!"
Huh.
Because the fly drank the Guinness.
I'm not going to lie. Someone commented on the Twitch chat, so I had to reply, and then I lost my train of thoughts.
There's no comment here.
Yeah, refresh it. On your Twitch chat. Refresh it. I genuinely lost my train of thoughts. So let's pretend that was funny. Let's just ha.
It was hilarious. How do you refresh the Twitch chat?
Close it down and open it back up.
Man.
Jesus, I'm just looking for a good one. What do you call a leprechaun who's worried about the planet?
I don't know, Lance. What do you call a leprechaun who's worried about the planet?
A recycler. Like a wee cycler.
Yeah. What's it got to do with cycling, though?
Right. Sporka, are you refreshing your thing?
I can't it doesn't come up with a chat.
Right, Sporka, knock.
Who's there?
Erin.
Erin who?
I ran as quickly as I could, but the damn leprechaun was too quick.
Now, you see, it was funny up until the point that you put on the Irish accent. That makes it racist.
I had to do the accent for the joke, otherwise it wouldn't have made any sense. Go on, you do your next joke.
Okay. So, Paddy has a broken leg, and his buddy Mick comes over to see him. Mick says, "How you doing?" Paddy says, "Okay, but do us a favour, run upstairs and get my slippers. My feet are freezing." Mick goes upstairs and sees Paddy's gorgeous 19-year-old twin daughters sitting on the bed. He says, "Your dad sent me up here to have sex with the both of you." They say, "Get away with you. Prove it." And Mick shouts downstairs, "Paddy, both of them." And Paddy shouts back, "Of course, both of them. What's the point in fucking one?"
That's a good. I like that one. I just don't understand why you put on an Irish accent when you are Irish.
It's to differentiate because there's two different people. When I read that joke, it had a much heavier Irish accent in it, so I said, here.
What kind of bow is the leprechaun unable to tie?
I don't know.
A rainbow.
Yeah.
Go on, do one more each.
Okay. Okay. A sobbing Mrs. Murphy approaches Father O'Grady after Mass. He says, "So what's bothering you?" She replies, "Oh, Father, I've terrible news. My husband passed away last night." The priest said, "Oh, Mary, that's terrible. Did he have any last requests?" "Certainly, Father," she said. He said, "Please, Mary, put down the gun."
I like that. That's good, because it reminds me of my own wife, Mary.
Yep.
Is that why you said it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I've got the same joke on it twice. What does it mean if you stumble upon a horse show? Hello again, stroke. What does it mean? What does it mean if you stumble upon a horseshoe on St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know.
It means that somewhere there's a poor horse hobbling along on three shoes. Anyway, so yes, that was just some.
Last one.
Oh, go on.
Why can you never borrow money from a leprechaun? Because they're always a little short.
Yeah, just repeating the same one. Yeah, so
you're repeating the same one.
That was supposed to be a quick fire round of just jokes, just to get us into the podcast, really.
Just to get us into the party mood. Everybody, pour yourselves another Guinness.
You know what? I genuinely thought you was going to say much more offensive jokes than that.
There isn't really any offensive jokes available on the internet anymore.
You're too nice of a nation.
Because political correctness. Like everybody stopped telling really insensitive Irish jokes because they all thought that the Irish people actually gave a damn. We didn't. We found them hilarious. Keep them coming.
I don't know. I wanted some offensive ones, and you ruined my night now.
There was none. You were supposed to come up with the offensive one.
I'm not doing offensive. I have to edit this shite.
You'll get cancelled.
Exactly.
I can do the offensive ones.
I have to edit this. I'm trying to type one. Right. Anyway, so yeah, the next segment we are going to do some random stories around St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, and traditions. Traditions and
stories. Are you doing traditions as well?
Traditions and stories, yeah.
If you want to do traditions, you go ahead and do some traditions.
I will.
So yeah, you can start us off then.
Did you know, Lance? Did you know
that
wearing green is believed to make you invisible to leprechauns who would otherwise pinch you?
Aren't they dressed in green themselves?
Yeah, so they're invisible to themselves. That's fine.
That'd be really awkward when they become uninvisible, wouldn't it?
They can't pinch other leprechauns either. That's fine.
So basically, Chris, the leprechaun, comes home to his wife Cindy, the leprechaun, and Cindy has been banging Dave, the leprechaun. But Cindy thought that it was Chris, the leprechaun, but Dave just didn't say anything, and Cindy was going to town on him, and Chris is like, what the fuck is going on here? And because they couldn't see each other, so how would she know?
I do not know.
I suppose the size of their...
Yeah. But they're all identical. They're identical.
That's true. They're a little short. Anyway.
Less of the short. Oh, Loanz, somebody wants to know, did you headbutt the keyboard?
Yes, twice.
Why, Tanju.
You know what? It touched on my iPad, so I can't actually Well, I could headbutt it, but I'd probably leave glass in my eyes, and they're already
Yeah.
knackered. So
Because you spelled tank wrong.
yeah, no, I put a J by the end of it, and I couldn't be
Yeah.
asked to type it back. I'm at the age now where if I make a spelling mistake, you're putting up with the spelling mistake, all right? I'm just,
Goddamn
I'm cracking on
spelling
with it.
police. Yeah.
It's
You're not cracking anthem on this. All right.
true.
You
It's true.
keep that in your pants.
Should we get back to the podcast?
Yep. It's your turn.
Because I've got to edit that whole bit out now. Cheers for that.
Yep.
Right, so this is the cop car ride along. Someone,
Okay.
it just says someone, got kicked out of a bar for vomiting. So I'm presuming this is going to be in America because I just think it's going to be America based because it's Google. So the fact they've called it a bar and not a pub. So someone got kicked out of a bar for vomiting, and in their confused state, mistook a police car for an Uber, sitting in the
Yep.
back seat and causing the officers to shake their head before driving them home. That's quite nice, actually. The fact that they drove them
Yeah.
home, because can you imagine just all when you start to sober up, you're in that stage where you're paralytic and you can't see, and then as the night goes on, you wake up and suddenly you've got a geezer next to you that the police have arrested, and you just go, "Who the fuck are you?" Just sitting there.
Yeah.
Next to
He's
the car.
that happened to my mate Dave last week.
Oh, okay, I should
Yeah.
imagine that.
That's what the story's about.
I should imagine that does happen in Ireland sometimes.
No, it
But
doesn't really.
true story, actually, true story. When we was 18, in inverted commas, when we was 18,
Wink,
um,
wink.
yes, when we was 18, my friend got absolutely wasted in the bottom floor of a car park. Pub, and we
Hmm.
was walking back to the bus stop to go home, and
Yeah.
he really needed the toilet, and he went, "Oh look, there's some public urinals over there. You know the ones that are just set out in the street for some weird reason. We
Yeah.
do
Yeah. Yeah.
generally have those over here, just
Oh yeah.
public
Yeah.
urinals that you just go into just there."
Or
And he
wall.
he went into it, took a piss, walked out, and we was all just in tears laughing because what he'd done is they'd set up a mobile jail in the middle of the town to stop. He just walked into a town, took a piss, and walked out again. But yeah, it's just one of them
Yeah,
things.
but there was pretty a toilet in it
But no, he
in
didn't
the
go.
cell.
He didn't make it to the toilets. Um, right, your next story then, Sporka.
Okay, Lance. Okay. Did you know, Lance, there's a tradition called drowning the shamrock in Ireland? It's an old Irish tradition where a shamrock worn on the lapel is placed in the last drink of the night, put a fórig, before being tossed over the shoulder for good luck.
I didn't know that. No.
No,
So what they?
there you go.
So what did they?
It's the whole glass now, and everything goes over the shoulder. It's not just a drink.
I was going to say, why are you throwing your drink over your shoulder?
No, it's the glass and everything. Like it's cool.
Some poor bastard behind you.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, but everybody does it. So the guy at the front's not affected, and the guy at the very end, he's like
The guy at the
nailed.
very end is walking out with two black eyes and half a glass stuck in his head. He doesn't know what's happened.
And the guy at the front may actually be killed.
Yeah, probably. I don't understand why you'd waste your drink like that, though.
It's the end of the drink. So you put the shamrock into
So
the
he's
end of
also
the drink,
getting
and
people's
then
saliva all in his face.
yeah,
That is the quickest way to contract AIDS. That's what that is. Don't do that, or TB.
I don't think you can contract AIDS that way, Lance.
Well, it's contact through blood, but no, I'm sure it's bodily fluids.
Not landing on your skin,
Yeah, but
and
if
it's not
if
like
goes into your
saliva
mouth,
isn't included in that.
I don't know if it includes saliva in the thing. I'm going to Google this.
I think it's only
Oh no,
other bodily fluids.
you cannot transfer it through saliva.
Yeah, it's other bodily fluids, like internal bodily fluids.
Yeah. Oh, however, if somebody has infected gums, then it can be transferred through saliva.
Because you'd have fucking blood in your saliva, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
You'd have
but
infected gums.
how do you know if somebody's got infected gums or not in the pub?
I don't, Lance.
Exactly. You're not going to spot check everyone on the way in, are you?
Yeah, but the blood still landing on your skin is probably not going to give you the AIDS.
I don't know. Where's my fucking stories gone now? There they are. I just can't understand why you do that, to be honest. And I just
It's an
feel
old
sorry
Irish tradition. We don't do it anymore.
I bet you do. I bet there's some bastard that's still doing that. He's the only one in the pub. There's just some nut job just launching his glasses around. What's he doing? Oh, he's just an old traditional Irishman. He just glassed some poor bastard in the face.
Yep.
But
Oh, any time that I always hear about that, I always remember that scene in Train Spotting
oh god, yeah.
where your man Begbie just
Yeah.
launches the pint glass off the balcony.
Oh dear. Right, shall we do the next story? So
Yes, we shall. It's your story to tell, Lance. It's your story
it's a
to
good
tell.
one, and we can all relate to this one because we've all done something similar. So, a
Yes.
man heavily intoxicated on St. Patrick's Day. I didn't know there was a different way to be on St. Patrick's Day if you're Irish, but left his girlfriend a voicemail confessing that he had mistaken her sister for her. So
Okay.
he's mistaken her sister for her.
Mm-hmm.
He was single the next morning. So
Why is
basically,
that?
he'd slept with his girlfriend's sister thinking it was her.
Yeah. They must have been twins or something.
They could have, I don't know.
Well,
'Cause
that would never happen with you, Lance.
if he was heavily intoxicated, then is it going to be twins or is he just wasted?
Could be, in which case it might not have even been her sister. Could have been anybody.
The 96-year-old neighbour, my bad.
Could have been the neighbour's dog.
Oh, Betty's just taking her teeth out. Let's get to work.
Yep. Gummy.
Oh, we do have that one on our list, I believe.
Which one?
The Bridget's Cross tradition. I do have it on my list somewhere. But right, if you want to type out the Bridget's Cross one, and I'll read it out because it's a nice bit of viewer interaction there, isn't it? Yeah. If you want to type out the Bridget's Cross one, and then I'll read it out when it's.
How do you mean type it out?
Because he's on the Twitch chat, you bellend.
There's nobody on the Twitch chat here.
Jesus Christ.
Why is my Twitch chat not updating?
Told you to close it down and reopen it.
I did close it down and I've been commenting on comments that have come in.
So I'm not angry at you, Sporka. I'm just disappointed.
I can't do this on my phone all the time. I need my iPad.
Right, I've just sent you a screenshot just to show you. Right,
I'm restarting
it's your story now, Sporka.
It's not. It's your story.
I just did one about the geezer that banged his wife's sister.
Fine.
And the neighbour's dog apparently, and Betty.
Yeah. Did you know, Lance? Did you know in New London in Wisconsin, every year on St. Patrick's Day, they rename the town to New Dublin, and leprechauns go around and change the road signs for the week of St. Patrick's Day.
I actually had this one on my list of stories as well. But so yeah, I did know that actually. Yeah, I just find that one so funny. The fact that they changed their accent and stuff. Like, yeah, that's it. Do you reckon anyone ever gets them confused?
No.
I reckon they would.
I don't think so.
And what about other people dressing up as them?
Yeah, well, like it's a whole big shenanigans thing that goes on in the town. Like it's fine.
Yeah, it's kind of like April Fool's Day, really, isn't it? Your St. Patrick's Day, because that's what the
whole thing about the leprechauns are like mischievous sprites.
Yeah. So that's what links into April Fool's and shit, and they're roughly the same time of year, like the same season, aren't they as well? So maybe they're related. Maybe you guys had St. Patrick's Day and the English went, fuck off, I want a piece of that. We made April Fools. That's what happened. We copied the Irish.
Probably.
Right. So, that is this guy going to... I don't know if this guy's going to type out. But
no. So anyway, it's a slight different thing anyway. The Bridget's Cross is on Bridget's Day, which is in February.
Oh, no, there it is. So it's an old pagan. This is from Bros Before Dinos, because we often put brothers before the dinosaurs. I'm with you there. Bros Before Dinos, cool. it is an old pagan belief. He put it was something to do. Well, he believes it was something to do with the pagan goddess of spring. Not sure where or how the cross stemmed from this, as I believe it was originally a feast, but you craft a cross to protect your home. That's I'm not sure that was to do with St. Patrick's Day. That was
Okay,
more to do
but
with Catholicism at the time.
let me
Go on.
enlighten you. Okay, so St. Bridget's Day is at the start of February. Okay, and it marks the start of Irish spring and the festival of Imbolc, honouring both the Saint Bridget and the Celtic goddess of fire, fertility, and poetry.
Fertility.
Traditionally,
Basically,
Saint
go on.
Traditionally, St. Bridget's crosses are handmade from rushes, reeds, or straw on January 31st and hung in the home, barns, and over doorways. The cross is to invoke St. Bridget's blessing, protecting homes from fire, lightning, illness, and evil spirits.
Mhm. And we actually spoke about that on a previous podcast as well,
Yeah.
which is where I
Probably
think
in around the start of February.
no, I think it was the Valentine's Day one because it was to do with fertility.
Yeah, right near the start of February.
Yeah, well,
I know
halfway
St.
through February.
Valentine's Day is halfway through, but
We put well explained better than myself.
yeah.
But because I'm pretty sure we spoke about fertility and how like all this shit always seems to be around Valentine's Day, where it's anything to do with a fertility god, it seems to be around
Yeah, it
Valentine's
just all
Day.
seems to be around February time. So.
Yeah, and that's why there's
yeah, but the
so many
whole like
verses in like September time.
there's
or
so many different celebrations and stuff throughout the year in Ireland that are like named after saints and saints' days and stuff, but it actually originated from like pagan things. It's
yeah,
from the time of Saint Patrick tying into it when he brought
it's
Christianity. Everybody changed them to
yeah,
Christian festivals instead of pagan
it's
festivals.
because the Celtics were heavily pagan as well, and so were like the
Oh
Vikings
yeah,
had
that's
paganism in it and stuff like that.
what I mean. So it's
Yeah.
when Christianity came to Ireland, then they changed them to saints' days instead of pagan festivals.
Yeah. If you ever watch The Crucible by Arthur Miller, which is a play and a film, originally it was a play, there's paganism elements in that with the whole witches and the burning the witches, and it's set in Salem in America if you haven't seen it and stuff yet. There's paganism in that and beheading and yeah, I have known her, dirty bastard. Anyway, right, so we're gonna do some random stories now about St. Patrick's that I completely went blank then for a second. I think I just had a small absent seizure. We're going to do some random stories about St. Patrick's Day, and the stories that we've looked up. Just add a brief look through them. Sporka's probably going to do some other facts and traditions, but I've got stories, so we're just going to move the podcast
Yay.
along a wee bit. Sporka, do you want to start us off with whatever the feck you want to say?
Okay, there's a thing about it. It's in America. It's sort of become a tradition for this town. It's in Hot Springs in Arkansas. They have a parade on Bridge Street in their town every year for Patrick's Day, and the Patrick's Day parade is officially only 98 feet long.
98 feet.
It's considered it's considered the shortest St. Patrick's Day parade in the world.
That wouldn't even
There's
fit
probably
a
only one.
parade.
There's probably only one Irish guy in the town. He just goes down waving an Irish flag. He walks down 98 feet. Then he gets sick and goes to the pub.
Basically, one Irish guy has hired a float, put all his beer on the float, and he just wants to drive it downtown legally.
It's not even a float. He's just dragging a trailer behind him.
The trailer of a few crates.
Like, in
that
fairness, it's like Hot Springs in Arkansas. There's probably only about 20 people in the place. I know nothing
Where
about the
actually
place.
is?
It could be a
Where is
giant.
Arkansas in America?
Just next to Kansas. I assume because it's Kansas.
I don't know. I don't know where. I generally don't. I don't know if it's the south or the north. Where is Arkansas? It's
Oh,
probably
it's
going
right
to
there
give me something about
beside. It's in between Oklahoma, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas is in there.
yeah, so it'd be south then.
The South.
I completely misspelt it, and it told me it's a sanctuary located in Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
I really
That's...
misspelt that.
Yeah, you've really gone to a whole other continent.
Wow. They're 98 feet long. No, that
Well, I can tell you that Hot Springs in Arkansas is 13 hours and 25 minutes away from Dublin.
is that in plane or car?
I assume plane, as you can't really drive between Ireland and America.
No, but you could have done it like a direct line in miles and said, yeah. I can't see. At least the town is getting involved in the culture of the one guy.
Yeah.
I bet he doesn't get involved in anybody else's culture. I bet there's a
Nah, I
Muslim
bet you
guy.
half the town claim
I bet
Irish
there's a Muslim
heritage.
guy in the corner going, "So what we doing for Ramadan again? Do you want
Did you
to
just
get
say
this going?"
Ramadan?
um, right, but yeah. So is that started now? Ramadan.
It was on at it's on the same time as Lent
It's on the same
this
time
year.
as well.
Lent.
Yeah. Has
But
Lent
they all
started?
there was three festivals started on the same day. There was Lent started, Ramadan,
Mm.
and there was another one as well. I can't remember off the top of
No,
my
no.
head.
I can't remember when Lent started and finished. To be well, it started. Yeah.
It
Anyway.
starts just after Pancake Tuesday.
Okay. Right. Anyway, so this is a story, and it hasn't actually told me who the author of this story is. It's on a website called thevice.com, or vice.com if you want to look it up.
Okay.
So this is a guy that when he was in college, he took 11 shots of whiskey at a St. Patrick's Day fraternity party, so it's American again, and
Mhm.
11 shots of whiskey is nothing. That's like two
No,
glasses.
it's
Yeah,
not even like
nothing.
not
Yeah.
even a half a bottle. Like
No, it's actually not. Me and Mary usually go through a bottle each when I when I start pouring out whiskies.
in an
Yeah,
afternoon.
and told everyone in the room that they'd been molested by a priest when they was a kid. It wasn't true. They were Jewish, but everyone was sympathetic and gave them more shots to take the pain away. He thinks that though. He has no idea what happened after that, but he came to at 4:30 in a playground tube, a playground slide. I'm going to say, not it's
Yeah.
just not a tube, it's a slide down the street that reeked of piss. He hates himself for that story, and yet he put it on a public forum on the internet.
Yep. Really hates it.
But I know a little bit about alcohol, and when someone says they completely black out and they don't remember anything from the night, I know that it's bullshit.
Yep.
Oh Jesus!
Well,
He's lightweight, but yeah, 11 shots of whiskey is nothing. But the way
no.
alcohol works is alcohol still has water in it. You have to make the
Yes.
water, and the reason you don't remember certain bits is because your brain's deprived of water.
Yes.
Every time you have a pint or you have a drink, you then essentially rehydrate yourself for a small amount of time, and then it dehydrates. So you always get snippets of the night. You'll have
Yeah, that's why you
random
have
bits that you can't
flashbacks.
remember, and you'll have snippets of the night, but you'll never not be able to remember anything at all. So when someone goes missing for 4 or 5 hours because they're banging some random guy or random girl back at home, and they go, "Oh, I don't remember sleeping with that guy," that's bullshit. They will remember some parts of it. It's just, oh, what's that? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like 275 mils. That's only like a third of a bottle.
I actually feel bad for Beans now because we told her we can't reply on a live stream, and then we're replying to Bros Before Dinos. But yeah. Anyway, right, Sporka, give us another story.
Okay. Let me see. Another story. Okay. Eating St. Patrick's fish. Okay. So on St. Patrick's Day, it's traditionally you're allowed to break from Lent fasting. Okay. So this is when in back in the day when Lent you used to give up meat for Lent. So you could only eat like fish and stuff.
Hmm.
So people would eat meat on St. Patrick's Day, and according to legend, St. Patrick turned the meat he was eating into fish to follow fasting rules, leading to the tradition of calling meat Lenten fish.
I'm sorry, Beans. Can I ask you a question here, Sporka?
Yes.
If you was to go out to your garden,
Yes.
can you grow a fish?
Yeah.
Can you?
Do you
Uh,
not, do you not
a
have fish
living
trees over there?
fish. Fish is definitely meat.
Yeah, but you don't have fish trees over there, no?
No, we don't have fucking salmon trees and sardine trees and Fish is meat. I'm vegetarian. I don't eat fish.
Yeah, but it's
Mary is
water meat. It's
pescatarian. She
different.
does eat fish because fish is still a form of meat. It's still the protein. It's still a form of meat. You can't say I'm not eating meat and then eat fish.
You can, yeah. There's a lot of people
Just
do that.
thinking. You can't. You can't. It's not
No, no,
vegetarianism.
you can't. But like,
It's not vegetarian. You can, but it's wrong. They do have feeling. Fish are evil little bastards. By the way, fish are incredible. And Braves Before Dinos just said it's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings. You tell that to Nemo. You tell that to Nemo's dad.
when you're finding them.
You can't find him because you've fucking eaten him. That's what's
Yeah.
happened there, right? Sporka, I've completely forgotten your story. Sum it up for me again.
Okay. St. Patrick's Day, you're not allowed to eat meat for Lent. On St. Patrick's Day, you're allowed to break from Lent so you can have your meat. And then St. Patrick turned his meat into fish so as he could observe the fasting rituals of Lent. And so it became known as a. What's it called?
I
Wait,
don't
hold
fucking
on.
know. It's your
I'll
story.
post it. It's called Lenten fish when you eat meat on Patrick's Day.
Okay.
So there you have it.
That's just you guys wanting to break from whatever you're giving up, isn't it? That's what that
Yeah.
is. You couldn't quite do the full 40 days and 40 nights, so
Yeah, pretty
you
much.
went.
And it probably actually extended from that then because like most kids of my generation would have given up like sweets and biscuits and stuff for Lent, like as part of Lent. Like you always give up something for Lent. And on St. Patrick's Day, because they used to throw sweets out of the parade into the crowd, then like you were allowed to break Lent on Patrick's Day.
Well, I just don't understand. That's cheating, really.
It's not.
No, at no point did Jesus walking through the desert for his 40 days and 40 nights, according to the Bible. He didn't get like to day 35 and go, I could do with a drink now and a nice kebab, and just pulled out like a bottle of whiskey and a kebab and just went to town on them.
No,
He
it's
did the
not. On
full.
certain days when he was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, he called an Uber, got an extraction, went to Mickey D's, had his Mickey D's, and then went back.
He didn't eat or drink anything for 40 days and 40 nights.
That's obviously a lie.
Obviously, but the geezer also walked on water. He did all kinds of crazy shit. Both of us do like Nirvana. We're not trying to ignore anyone. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to edit this so much tomorrow.
Yeah, you are. It's a good job we
Fucking
done
hell.
it a day early.
I know. I'm gonna have to put loads of like snippets in the middle of it, aren't I? But yeah, I think Sporka. I used to listen to Nirvana a long time ago. I don't
Yeah. In a
listen that much
galaxy far,
anymore
far away.
because we're
I
old
listened
as
to
fuck.
Nirvana when they were actually out,
Okay, but
before the incident.
yeah. I listened to Nirvana after he shot himself.
My sister was supposed to go to a concert a week after he shot himself.
Oh. Did she go to see? Sorry, did she go to see the
No, they
Talking
didn't.
Heads instead?
They didn't show it. They didn't have the concert for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Weird that.
I
They could
know.
have played like a fucking album or something like.
Right, next story. Um, this one is they've named it not my not my Senate precedent.
Huh?
Not my Senate precedent. Not my Senate president. Okay, right. It's because it's split into two lines. Okay, are you ready for this, Borka?
Yeah.
Good, because I'm
Yeah,
just
I am
swallowing my
ready.
tofu.
Okay. Eating tofu, you sick animal.
I mean tofu. Um, my roommate was interning for this guy, the Illinois Senate president. So my friends and I were invited to ride in his trolley during an annual Chicago Street St. Paddy's Day parade. The trolley was
Yep.
full of free beer, and by the time it let us off at the bars, we were pretty wasted. Too fucking right, you should be. A few hours, and more than a couple of shots of a Jameson later, which is traditional Irish whiskey, we found ourselves stumbling back onto the trolley. In our absence, the crowd on the trolley seems to have shifted from the Democratic Party operatives and their partners to a bunch of young rich kids with fake tans. This is weird but fine until one of the girls in the back began to sing loudly and blow a whistle. I politely slurred at her to shut the fuck up, and she told me it was her trolley and she could do whatever she wanted. So they replied, "Oh, it's your trolley." I yelled back at her, "I'm sorry." No, I'm not saying the person's name for political reasons. "I didn't recognise you in that slutty green dress." She had just moseyed up from the back of the trolley to scream in my face, and then one of the friends came up behind her and poured an entire bottle of the Rolling Rock on her head. Chaos ensued, and she sobbed hysterically. Her muscle-teed dude friends swung at us, and there was a giant fist, and I had to drop to the floor to escape being punched in the face. That's genuinely what you have to do by a man literally twice my size. Fucking how this story goes on forever. Basically, they got on the wrong trolley.
Okay. What were they on the trolley for? Like a shopping trolley?
No, it was the parade. I think we call it the parade cart, or the thing that they put the big blow up shit on.
The float?
A float, that's the one. Yeah, we call it a float. I think they might call it a trolley. They were on one of them. It broke 4 times just to as well. They were on one of them, and they were going down the street. They got onto this guy's who was a political representative. They got onto his and got wasted on the parade. So, and then they got off the float, went into a few bars, had a shit ton of whiskey, which I approve. Then they got back onto the float thinking it was theirs, and it turns out it wasn't theirs. So they're screaming at this girl because they think that it's their float. So they're screaming at this girl to shut up, and then the girl's saying, "No, it's my float." And they basically caused this massive fight on a float in the middle of St. Patrick's Day parade because they got onto the wrong float. Easy mistake to make. They're all fucking green.
No, they're not. No. I do have another story from like years ago when I was in Sydney, and I done a tour with my brother of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So you got strapped into like a harness and you got brought up right to the top of the Harbour Bridge, and you got to see out around the whole harbour and everything. But the guy who was leading the tour was telling us a story that like one day after St. Patrick's Day, the day following St. Patrick's Day, he was up reviewing the safety and all of like the platforms everybody walks on, and there was a shopping trolley full of empty cans of beer on the top of the harbour bridge.
Was it your brother that left a shopping trolley full of empty
No,
beer?
no, no. This was like years before. Like he was just saying that like when they started doing it, like the day they went up to check it after Patrick's Day, there was like a shopping trolley full of empty cans of beer
Well, at least someone's had the decency to round them all up and put them in a trolley.
on the top of bridge, Lance. Not on the bit where the road is, on the top of like the arch thing.
Well, that's
Somebody
impressive.
dragged a trolley up the top of the
That's
arch
impressive.
and left it on the top.
You've got to give the guy credit.
Yeah,
That's not
but
an
they
easy
don't
task.
they don't know how they got it up there. There was obviously a few of them because there's like ladders and stuff that you have to go up to get to that point.
Is it kind of like when you're driving through the country and you see a goat on the side of a cliff, and there's no possible or a sheep, and there's no possible way to get onto that section of the cliff,
Yeah,
and you just see them and they're there, just munching some
them
grass
mount
that doesn't exist.
them mountain cliffs are those mountain cliff goats are freaky. The ones that
That,
stand on like sheer walls and stuff. It's
I don't know
weird.
how they do it because we go to Barmouth all the time, and we see them on some of the cliff faces on the way there. And you just
Yeah.
think, how the fuck did you get there? He must have jumped off it somehow and landed exactly there. And how
Yeah,
did he get back down?
no, because you see them like there's a famous picture of all these goats on the wall of dam.
You're gonna have to send that to the PBTC Discord.
I will. I'll find it.
I want to see it later. But yeah, so I've lost track of the stories now that we was telling. It was about the float, wasn't it? We've all been there that we just got on. Like, have you ever got into the wrong car
Well,
or
no.
attempted to get into the wrong car? Like, you've gone to a car park, you've parked your car, you've walked away, you've done your shopping or whatever, and you come back, and there's a car near your car that's very similar, and you've gone to open it, or you've walked towards it thinking it was yours, and then realised at the last second that it wasn't your car. Have you never done that?
No, but my dad did recently. He got into a car the same as mine in a car park with a random lady. But not only that, he put his bag of shopping into the boot, which contained a suitcase.
Why did the lady let him?
I don't know.
What? Was she just sitting there going, "What the fuck is
What
going
the
on
fuck is going on?
here? Who is he? And why is he sitting in my car?"
And all the time, I'm sitting in the next aisle, just looking at him, going, "I'm gonna let this one play out."
I'm just gonna see what way this goes. I might get a free load of shopping here. I bet your dad was in for a shock when he got into the car.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm not going into the shop. I had the dog with me in the car, and I said, I'm not leaving the dog in the car. So
Do you
no.
reckon? Do you
Bros
reckon your
before
dad turned
Dino's
around?
had someone get into the passenger seat of his car, screamed, apologised, and then calmly left.
See, I'm just imagining because you have told me your mum's name before. I'm not saying on a podcast. So I reckon your dad must have turned and thought, "Fuck me, you've changed." Jesus, where did you have that work done?
Yeah,
At least,
no, like because he wasn't out with my mum, so like
at least your dad might have got a bit of action from it though.
you might have.
You never know. Do you want to say your next story?
Do I have another story? Oh, I'm not sure if I have another story, Lance.
Feck's sake, let me get my stories back up. I'm gonna quickly
I
scroll
didn't
down.
think we were gonna go through these stories so quick.
Yeah, normally we don't do. Well, no, normally we're moving on to the tech news actually by this point.
Yeah.
I've had someone get into the passenger seat of my car, screamed, apologised, and then calmly left.
I did just say that, Lance. I read out that entire
I
sentence.
know I was reading it out loud because I'm also reading my phone and I'm trying to do both at the same time. I love the way they calmly left at the end.
Yeah. Just,
Anyway, right. This is the good one. This is the good one. I read this one earlier, and it's a lesson. It's a lesson to people out there. Right. So this person, this was. I'm not going to say a
this
name.
person.
It's a woman
Okay.
again. I'm guessing it's America. I think these stories are from America, but
America.
they gave somebody a certain oral act on St. Patrick's Day at a party that they were throwing. Just to yeah. So they gave someone who hated the person. The I'm trying to phrase this because I'm trying to avoid that word and I'm messing the whole story up. On St. Patrick's Day, this guy hated this girl. The girl threw a party,
Okay.
and at the party did a certain oral act on the guy to see if it would change their mind about her. It did. They never spoke again after that, but the next day he transformed from being a big bully to being polite and genuinely interested in her. The moral of the story there is oral acts conquer all. That's
Indeed.
that's a life lesson to everybody. That doesn't matter if you're guy on guy, girl on girl, oral acts are the way forward. Are you googling
I
more
don't know
stories
what
yet?
this Joe Blob is that Bros Before Dino said, but
Yeah. Let's. Have you got any more jokes, Sporka?
no, I don't have any more jokes.
We'll get some jokes up.
I'll get some jokes up.
What type of magic spell do leprechauns cast?
I
Lucky
don't know, Lance.
charms. You found any yet?
No.
Right, I've done that
Okay.
one.
A car full of Irish nuns is waiting at a traffic light in Donegal when a car full of shit.
That went well for you.
Yeah, shut up. So when a car full of fellas pulls up next to them, one of the lads leans out the window and shouts, "All right, sisters, do you fancy coming back to ours for a bit of fun?" The head nun gasps and turns to Sister Sumta. "I don't think they realise who we are. Show them your cross." Without hesitation, Sister Sumter rolls down the window and shouts, "Drive on, you shower bastards, before I come over there and knock the shite out of you." She rolls back up the window and turns to the head nun. "Was that cross enough?"
I'm going to have to subtitle that joke.
No, you're not. The
I actually
internet will do it.
am. I'm going to have to put subtitles under that.
The internet will do it. It's fine.
Again, your accent just completely changed then. Yeah, right. So, at what point is an Irish potato no longer an Irish potato?
I don't know, Lance.
When it's a French fry.
Ha 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 ha.
And also, Bros for Dinos also said subtitles, please. So I'm not the only one that needs subtitles.
Yeah.
You got another one? No, then.
Okay. Anto and his wife were lying in bed in Dublin one Saturday morning. It was 8 o'clock, and the neighbour's dog was going mental. Fuck this, shouts Anto as he ran out of the room. He arrives back upstairs 10 minutes later. What are you after doing? Replied his wife. I've put the little whore in our garden. Let's see how they like listening to him.
Is that the joke?
Yeah, that's the joke. It wasn't great. I didn't read the end of it.
It was so anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was a bit, wasn't it? Because there was an ad in the middle of the page. I was like, oh, shit, this joke is going to be crap.
There was he fact that even now who's headbutting their keyboard. Yeah. Also, there's another joke which is I've got a good Irish joke. Connie McGregor.
Okay. That's not a joke. That shit's serious, man. We have to do something about him.
Where do Leprechaun baseball teams play?
I don't know, Lance. Where does
in the
Leprechaun
little
baseball
leagues?
teams play? Ooh, there's a lot of small jokes going on here, Lance. I
know,
don't think certain people are going to like that.
What did the baby leprechaun discover sitting at the end of the rainbow?
I don't know.
A potty of gold.
Oh, that was terrible. that was bad. A man from Cork was in with his doctor. Look, David, I've got some bad news and I've got some terrible news for you. God, what's the bad news? Asked the patient. Well, the doctor says, you only have 3 days left to live. You're joking, says the patient. How on earth can the news get any worse? Well, the doctor said, I've been trying to get a hold of you for the past 2 days.
Got a point. Very difficult to make. Make doctor's appointments these days.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not read the punchline?
That was from the other joke when I just bombed. Like,
yeah, it just dawned on me as well. What do you say to someone running the St. Patrick's Day marathon?
I don't know.
I wish you luck.
That's terrible as well. What's Irish and sits outside all day and night?
I don't know what.
Patio furniture.
What did the angry St. Patrick shout? What did an angry St. Patrick shout at the snakes?
I don't know.
He told them they needed to hit off.
Did you hear about the fella from Mayo that was born with 2 left feet?
No.
He went out the other day and bought some flip flops.
Okay.
Because instead of flip flops, because
yeah, I know. Right. How come Irish golfers can't finish their games on St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know.
Because they refuse to leave the green.
Come. Okay.
We'll do one more each.
How come you can never borrow money from a leprechaun? Because they're always a little short.
Fuck off. How do you tell if a leprechaun found your St. Patrick's Day joke funny?
I don't know.
He'll be doubling over with laughter. It's so bad, it's funny. Right, do you actually want to make? Do you want to do another joke instead of repeating the same fucking joke, Sporka?
Okay, why are there only a handful of Irish lawyers in London?
I don't know. Why?
Because only a few of them could pass the bar.
I like that one because they stopped at the bar and had a drink.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Right. Should we end the podcast there? Like I said, there's no tech news because it was so close to last week's. Right. Yeah. So for everyone that has been listening, I've been Loanz with them. That's been Sporka. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, you can check out our other channels. So we've got the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitch, the Twitter, the TikTok, the YouTube. You can join us on Discord at discord.gg/TGS39DNUB3. You can listen to this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. All of the links are on our short videos, which is on the TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. They've all got the links on the bottom. And you can also donate to us at streamlabs.com/press back to continue 3/tip. The reason we ask for Streamlabs is because Streamlabs don't take any commission for it, whereas TikTok will take, I think it's now 50 or 60% commission. I can't remember what they've actually changed it to. So we receive feck all from your pennies that you send us. What?
What?
So yeah, we hope you've had an amazing St. Patrick's Day, except for America, who have for some reason decided to really piss off the fish by dyeing the water green. Why would you dye the water green, Sporka?
It's fish safe, Loanz. It's fish safe.
Can the
So it's
fish
safe
see
for
through
fish.
it?
Probably not, but it's safe for them. It's cool. They won't die. They might bang their heads off the walls of the river or whatever, but they won't die.
Can they see through it? No. Why would you piss the... There's a salmon going, fucking hell, I'm tripping balls here, lads. What have you given me? Jesus. That's what's happening. Why would you... Anyway, yeah, so stop dyeing the water green. Wear a green item on your clothing like the rest of the world.
There was a place in Lithuania dyed the river green this year for Patrick's Day as well.
Why? Just put something green on your clothes. You don't need to dye the fucking water green.
Nobody wears green over here. It's all just a myth.
I bet it is. I bet
It's all just clever
wears
marketing. Yeah, it's all just clever marketing. We've constructed this entire empire.
Just around the colour green. No one wears green.
Nothing green here. We actually live on a desert island.
Well, see, I decided to confuse the bin men this week and put the green bin out instead of the blue bin.
Yeah, I'd say they were real confused. Yeah. How'd that go for you?
They didn't.
Now you've just got 2 full bins?
Yep. Right, yeah. Anyway, we hope you have had an amazing St. Patrick's Day. We hope you've enjoyed spending it with your friends, family, doing whatever you want to do. As I said earlier, I've been Loanzism.
I've been Sporka. But he's mostly been Loanz.
And he's mostly been Dion.
Yeah. And good job, G Money.
What's your address? Just ask your mum. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.